Bird of Prey 5. El Karuga.
Kapla!
I'm going to take this opportunity, however, to suggest that we all hail Karuga. That's all I'm saying.
Forgive me, Doctor. I'm receiving a number of distress calls. I don't doubt it.
Y'all remember to tip your waitresses. Have a mighty fine night.
If you come in peace, surrender or be destroyed. If you're here to make war, we surrender.
Both good. The important thing is I'm meeting new people.
When the appointed hour arrives, the Marauders will deactivate their cloaking devices and begin transporting Klingon shock troops directly to the landing zone.
Landing zone? Where? Tell me.
Why not? Your feeble weapons will be useless against us. We will kill all your males and take your females to mate with.
All right. Now the Federation's taking over, whether you like it or not. You people, you've been running this planet like a piecework factory. From now on, it's going to be under one roof. You're going to run it like a business. And that means you're going to make a profit.
Look at these 3 words written larger than the rest, with a special pride never written before or since. Tall words, proudly saying, "We the people."
Hi, I'm Nicole DeBoer. I played Lieutenant Ezri Dax on DS9, and I welcome you to Bird o' Prey 5 channel. Hail Karoga.
Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Cuplaw, and let me fix my microphone. I know you can tell already. It is. There we go. Hello world, it's Bird o' Prey 5, Cuplaw, and welcome to Bed Life for January 19th, 2024, a Friday, TBIF, Friday Bed Life. Thank Bird, it's Friday. And this particular Friday, it is International Fetish Day. Yes, International Fetish Day. Now, it's also National Popcorn Day. And I had to highly debate whether I was going to name this International Fetish Day or National Popcorn Day. But after about 3 nanoseconds, I made the decision that International Fetish Day would probably pick up a couple of extra clicks on the playback. So yeah, as much as we could all discuss the deliciousness that is the smell of popcorn, especially since Nephew O'Prey has decided that making microwave popcorn at 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning is something he needs to do, especially when he's here at my house and nobody will tell him no, apparently. Yeah, it's like my memories back when I used to work at a job and somebody would come in for God knows what reason, but office popcorn was one of the free foods that was always available. And so people would start putting microwave popcorn in the microwave at ungodly hours early in the day. It wasn't until years later that we started getting free bagels every morning that finally killed the popcorn, the 7, 8, 9 a.m. morning popcorns were then just toasted bagels, which smelled so much better. So much better. Granted, the average weight of the office, no doubt, increased by probably 5 to 10 pounds over the next few years, because certainly popcorn was probably much better to have than a bagel or two. But man, the smell of the bagel, so much better compared to the smell of the popcorn. Not that popcorn smells bad. It doesn't. It smells fucking delicious. But I don't want to smell popcorn at 8 in the morning. I don't want to smell popcorn at 9. I don't even want to smell popcorn at 11 in the morning. Afternoon is good for popcorn. But when it's the only thing your company provides free, then, what are you going to do? I guess you expect that it's going to happen. So I would beg any company, if you're going to provide free popcorn, make sure it's not available until afternoon, because they will. Your employees will find a way to use it in the morning, and then it becomes an addiction. And once one person makes one bag of popcorn at 8 in the morning, guess what? Somebody else is going to have to do it. Somebody else is going to have to do it. And before you know it, by the end of the week, you're out of fucking popcorn and it's noon. Anyway, this is why we're not doing popcorn, but we are instead celebrating International Fetish Day. And the best thing about International Fetish Day is that it's not only limited to the United States. You can international fetishes are even more impressive. Hakeem, first in the chat, says, "What is your international fetish, bird? We, the people, need to know." Hakeem, I can't even talk. I would be taken offline. They would lock me in a room. They would subject me to mental tests. They would. I can't even begin. You wouldn't even begin to understand. And I tell you, the FBI, they know. If you are someone who, what's it called? Um, you know, you dress up in your Star Trek uniform, cosplay. If you're a cosplayer, the FBI already knows that you are one sick, demented freak. No, it's true. If you have ever heard an FBI expert, so-called expert, talk about the sick, demented, crazy, twisted freaks out there, and they find out that that person is a cosplayer, that moves them to that top of the line. Like, oh fuck, cosplayer, they know that they have some serious sexual fantasy craziness, and the FBI is like, yeah, we knew we had our man when we saw that they were a cosplayer. It's basically just might as well walk in and plead guilty to whatever they're going to charge you with if you're a cosplayer. They know that. They know they've got you. Even if you didn't do what it is that they think you did, you clearly did something that they're going to get you anyway.
Captain's log, stardate 7414.1.
John Araki
Our best
with a
estimates place
99-cent
us some 4 hours from Earth.
super sticker. Thank you, John Araki. Richie Poole with 2 alpacas because he was second in the chat. And he says, does Gal Gadot qualify as an international fetish? If so, she's mine. Sure she does. She qualifies. Yvette says, good evening, Bird and everyone. Good evening to lovely Yvette. And Yvette says, dipping hot wax on certain places. That's one fetish I like anyway. Oh, there you go. So that's not the crazy, FBI's coming to arrest you type of fetish. Yvette says, hey to Richie. Richie Fools is Vertebrae 5. You're gonna run Karoga like a business. And that means you're gonna make a profit. One day, Richie. One day. Bradley Briggs says, sup, y'all. Sup, Bradley. Mike Richards is greetings from Columbus, Ohio. Greetings, Mike Richards. Melted Copper says, good evening and happy Friday. Ladies, gentlemen, dogs, and cats. Thank you, Melted Copper. Hakeem says, hey to Bird and all. Kapla, Hakeem. 47 Yorktown says, hello, young sir. Hello, 47. Words and pictures says, Kapla, Bird 5. Good to hear you. Good to be here. Good to see you, words and pictures. And Richie Poole says, the volume is good. Thank you, Richie. Substance D says, Kapla. Kapla, Substance D. Melted Copper says, I'm getting my animal costume and some popcorn. Hakeem says, I love me some good popcorn with ghee. The hell is ghee? Melted Copper says, it's been so long since I dressed like a leather-clad bondage bear and popcorn. Wow. Carlo Albanese says, Bed Life, it's a stream by Berto Prey 5. I hope everyone is as well as can be. Hail, Karoga. Thank you, Carla. Jedi Bill says, Kapla, Brother Warrior, Berto Prey 5. All should hail Karoga. Thank you, Jedi Bill. Carlos says, I miss being able to smell. Oh, Carlo, you still smell? You still lost the smell? I'm so sorry. Yeah, well, I guess, I don't know. I don't know if you really miss smelling popcorn. I mean, just think, for all the delicious popcorn smell there's just as much not frozen, burnt popcorn you don't have to smell. Kyle Cullen, live long and prosper, Kyle. And Kyle Albanese, and the mom o' pray, bird o' pray, sis o' pray, nephew o' pray, sassy emojis, and a big old hug. Thank you, Carla. John Araki says Asian Muslim women from the USSR are the best fetish choice. Actually, John Araki, we saw from Alexander, we got the good news. His wife, just yesterday, or the day before, we found out that his wife got permanent residency status approved, and that she will be heading to Canada early next month. Early February, he will finally be reunited with his wife, and they will begin living their life together in Quebec, in his house or wherever that he lives now. He is getting his, even as we were speaking with him, he was getting his bedroom set up for him and his wife's bedroom, and the second bedroom in the house he was getting set up for his stepdaughter, and he was very, very happy that his, this wedding has been, this marriage that finally happened earlier this year, but now they had to actually physically get her into the country. This has been going on many, many years. It was last year. He got married last year? That's right. This year just started. That's right. So last year he actually got married. This year he'll actually start living with him. We didn't, I'll be honest, I did not think I'd ever see the day, but sure enough, now we are. So congratulations to Alexander, and only hope that his Asian Muslim wife from the USSR was indeed his best choice. Carlo Albanese says agreed. John Araki says birds fetish is obviously a Pelosi AOC three-way. Oh my God. No. Well, just the Pelosi is the problem there. Richie Poole says, I guess that means the FBI knows all about Deej and his pink bunny outfit. I'm sure they have an entire folder of pink bunny outfits. Brandon Looney Tunes fan 2000 says, what's up, Doc? What's up, Brandon? Carlo Albanese says, question, what's he on about? Captain Fandom Nerd says, greetings. Greetings, Captain. The Traveler says, greetings, birds, salty turds, and nerds, greetings, the Traveler. Okay. Richie Poole says, shut up, Wesley. Substance Z says, free bird. Brandon's Looney Tune fan says, hello to Captain Fandom Nerd. Carlos says, free bird, question mark. Yeah, I'm not too sure what that is. Carlo Albanese says, hey to Captain Fandom Nerd. The Traveler says, hey to Richie. And Carlo Albanese says, my safe word is meatloaf, because I'll do anything for love but I won't do that. Yvette says, Bird, what about furries? Do they come under cosplay? Furries are even worse than cosplayers. They're even more mentally deficient, as the FBI likes to rank people. Carlo Albanese says, Hail, Karoga. Hail, Karoga. The Traveler says, Bird, what is the new emoji? That is a crystal skull. Pop Culture Curator, Kapla Pop, says, Hail, everyone. Kapla Bird and Mamo Pray. Hope you are well. Thank you, Pop Culture Curator. We hope you are well. And Richie knows what that was. It's a crystal skull. The Traveler says, I don't miss the ability to smell. You all stink. Carlo Albanese says, I haven't been able to smell for over 10 years. Oh, nothing to do with COVID. They're all trying to copy me. Sorry to hear that, Carlo. I feel like you've told me that before. I'm sorry, I did not remember. Nemesis of Eden says, Kapla, Bird of Prey, and chat. Hope you're having an amazing International Fetish Day. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey 5 plus Crystal Skull equal Bird of Prey 5 rant. Carlos says, I don't stink. I sniff armpits. Yeah, no smell. I'm fine. Oh, wait. Damn. Sorry. Sorry to remind you of that, Carlo. John Araki says, I hear we're supposed to get the next installment of Salty Trekker 100-part Borg series video next month, too. Richie Poole says, Bird of Prey 5, you call that exchange with Alexander speaking with him. Well, yeah, we spoke. Jedi Bill says hello to Carlo. Carlo says, I still think she thought you married them. The Traveler says, Carlo, I've never been able to smell much. Lucky my other senses are very good. Carlo says, I use my sixth sense most of the time. The Traveler says, does Salty still make videos and not just live stream panels? He does do videos, but most of his videos have been videos promoting his live stream panels. Bradley Brink says, yes, he has a second channel. He also puts stuff on. Maybe that's where the videos are going, because they're not going on Salty Trekker. The Traveler says, Bird, what do you have against cosplayers? I have nothing against cosplayers, the Traveler. I'm just saying, don't admit to being one in front of the FBI. And the Traveler says, Mamo Pray does not stink. Absolutely, she does not stink. Why would anybody think that? JP's, says Carlo, I got a fart that would make you smell. Oh, God. And Carlo says, it would be a pleasure just for a change. No, Carlo. I have a feeling it wouldn't be a pleasure. It would be like, no, God. Why did I wish for this? I could have wished for anything else. Anything else. And I wished for the first thing I smelled in 20 years to be JP's ass. No, terrible life decision. Luckily, You haven't actually made that choice yet, Arlo. So don't do it. Anyway. Anyway. Um, what did I just? Okay. It is the Bird of Prey 5. Birdofprey5.com. Check out birdofprey5.com for all your Bird of Prey 5 needs. You have the ability to donate via PayPal, donate via Streamlabs. You can buy stuff from the Teespring store. You can go to my channel, the Mama Pray 5 channel, the Birdo Pray 5X channel on YouTube. You can check out all of my social media links, Twitch, Discord, Reddit, Rumble, Kick, Twitter, X now, Gab, Facebook, BitChute, Minds, Parler. You can go to Dearbot for advice. You can play Birdle, a Karogan word game. You can head to Joe's Ultimate Off Topic, my web forum. You can check out Birdle Prey 5 on Steam, see what games I'm playing, I guess. I don't know what. I have some Steam, whatever I might have on Steam. Republic of Karoga on nationstates.net. You can check out various affiliate links, and you can order your Make Klingons Great Again hat here directly from a seller on Amazon. I don't make any straight money off of the sale of the hat, but if you use this link, it is a affiliate link, and so I perhaps would make some affiliate credit if you use this link for anyone who's interested. But what I would like to talk about is January 19th holidays. For today, they said National Popcorn Day, wins the day. It's also Artist as an Outlaw Day. Get your paints and spray cans ready as we gear up to celebrate outlaw artists. That sounds like graffiti, and those people should be arrested. So I am not a fan of outlaw artists. Brew a potion. Brew a potion day. Get your cauldrons out and brew with us as we celebrate Brew a Potion Day. I don't know about that. Good Memory Day. What better way to celebrate Good Memory Day than to actually make good memories? Here we go. Gun Appreciation Day. I could have. The problem is YouTube does not like talking about guns. So if I had put Gun Appreciation Day in the thumbnail, YouTube would not have liked it. But we can talk about it. You know, we can see it on screen as long as we don't talk about it too much. International Fetish Day, and we'll come back to that. National Annie Day. Send all your Annie friends, family, relatives a lovely greeting on National Annie Day. National Lucy Day. Keep reading to learn the history of St. Lucy and facts about the name. But it's not all Annies and Lucys. It's also Robert E. Lee Day. Here's everything you need to know about this state holiday and how to celebrate Robert E. Lee. Surprisingly, not that problematic. Also, January 19th, Tenderness Toward Existence Day. Open your hearts and minds. Get ready to celebrate and appreciate life. And there's somebody holding an iguana. Not done yet. It's also Tin Can Day. Crack open your favorite canned food as we celebrate the most functional food preservation tool, the tin can. You know what I miss? I miss when coffee still came in a metal can. The old metal can of the 1980s, Maxwell House or Folgers. That can could be used for so many things. How is it that we replaced metal can coffee with plastic can, and did the price go down? I don't remember it going down. I feel like we had it stolen. If we had still been making metal cans of coffee this whole time, we would have found ways to recycle it better instead of throwing all this excess plastic out. And that rubber, the plastic, whatever it doesn't get reused. Not like it would have. Anyway, finally, World Quark Day. And no, not quark like Quark from Deep Space Nine. And no, not quarks like quarks from, the super collider thing that makes up the protons and neutrons of subatomic particles. But quark, as in get your spoons out to scoop up everything we've got for World Quark Day. I have no idea what this even means, folks. What the fuck does this even mean? It looks like some type of cheese. World Quark Day is January 19th, a special day to celebrate a delicious cheese known as quark, sometimes spelled quarg. It's mild, creamy, and much better for you health than regular cheese. So what's not to like? Quark is an incredibly versatile food and ingredient that you can throw into sweet and savory recipes in place of cheese. It goes well with just about everything. and is perfectly delicious eaten on its own, too. I never heard of this food. History of World Quark Day. Quark, or quarg, translates to curd cheese. Depending on what part of Europe you're in, it may not even be considered to be cheese at all. No matter what it's called, quark is a mild, creamy, and delicious cheese-like food. The flavor and texture are similar to fromage blanc from France or the paneer from India, but unlike similar South Asian cheeses that use yogurt, quark is made out of soured milk and fermented. While some preparations of quark can have fat content up to 40%, for the most part, quark has a very low fat percentage of around 10%. The low fat content makes it incredibly healthy as a replacement for regular American cheese spread. Protein makes up the rest of the quark, a fantastic source of protein for vegetarians. It has about 3.5% protein per mass, which is double the amount of protein in Greek yogurt. The Queen of Quark is a German woman whose name is unknown. She lives in Bavaria and is a quark enthusiast. A huge fan of healthy eating and good diet, the Queen of Quark decided to celebrate World Quark Day so more people could get to know about this European superfood. She has written a cookbook with many recipes and teamed up with a New York farm to celebrate her love of quark with America. This is quite the odd lady. Yes, hi, Mama Pray.
Hi, I'm knocking. Can I come in?
Yes, Mama Pray. Please.
Okay. No, I don't want to talk. I want you to talk.
Yes.
You need to tell them what I'm holding in my hand.
Oh, Mama Pray is holding in her hand chock full of nuts. Metal can. Chock full of nuts has gone back to metal cans?
Apparently.
Huh. This is a chock full of nuts coffee, heavenly original coffee, medium roast. It is, again, in a metal can.
Folgers is still in plastic.
Folgers is still in plastic. I don't know, it doesn't feel the right metalish.
It doesn't feel the right metalish?
I don't know. It's still like much bigger than.
Okay, well, this is the bigger can.
Oh, do they have the smaller can?
I don't know. I don't drink this coffee anymore. You don't want to know what I use it for. When medication is expired, I put it in a jar with coffee grounds.
Right.
And that's how I get rid of it.
So that coffee is solely used
to throw out medication.
Yep,
that's.
Mama Bray has purchased a jar of good coffee. And that's that good.
No, I bought it intending to use it.
Oh, you did intend to use it?
Yes, you see, this by 12/11/21. Okay, so.
Gotcha.
But it is still in there.
Gotcha.
Okay, now I'm going to leave you and stop interrupting.
Okay.
Okay, bye, everybody.
I had no idea that you could even get metal cans. Obviously, maybe not right now, but possibly, since that's already several years out of date. Anyway, quark can be made at home by heating some buttermilk or a mixture of buttermilk and milk to 200 degrees in a slow cooker leaving it for a couple hours. Then you switch off the gas and leave the milk to ferment overnight. Next, sieve the curds through the cheesecloth and let it hang for a couple hours, and you'll have fresh quark. Interesting. I'll be honest. Eat quark all day long. Quark can be put in just about anything. A better way to celebrate quark than by eating for breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and snacks in between. Support quark manufacturers. Reach out to grocery stores or farmers who sell quark. Buy a few tubs from them to show your support of their work. 5 facts about quark you won't believe. 1. A winner with the lactose intolerant. Quark is lactose free, meaning it doesn't contain the sugar found in other dairy products. 2. Yes to vegetarian, no to vegan. Quark is obtained from dairy cows, so it's not vegan. It's very popular in Russia. Quark is brought regularly in Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus because it's considered good for the health of babies. You know, it's also considered good for the health of babies. Not bombing them. It's rare in America. Only a few dairies in Vermont, Illinois, and California make quark in the country. Interesting, Deej. Very interesting that Illinois and California. I saw Vermont too. But Illinois and California, that's the places that make quark. Deej's. It's Deej's fault. Richie Poe says, what's older? Mama Praise coffee or the out-of-date spam?
Oh, yeah.
The out-of-date spam.
A decade.
Yeah, by a decade. 5, it packs the nutrients. Apart from being sugar-free, low carb, and high in protein, quark is also high in calcium, which is good for the teeth, bones, hair, vitamin A for great eyesight, and vitamin B's. Sure it is. We love World Quark Day. Some people can eat quark. Quark is tasty, versatile, extremely healthy, but a lot of people don't know about it. We want to share the joy and health benefits around. It's a great cheese substitute, and it's great for the gut. Lots of people have trouble with digestion these days. The probiotics in quark are great for resetting the digestive system and getting it to work better. You know, I'll be honest. I'm mildly curious as to taste some quark one day. It's not something I ever thought I'd care about, but I would taste some quark. So let's go back to the International Fetish Day, and let's learn a little bit more. International Fetish Day is held annually on the 3rd Friday in January of this year. It falls on January 19th. It is a day primarily set aside to increase awareness and support of BDSM, erotic practices between consenting adults. It also encourages members of the community to be more open about their sexuality. International Fetish Day opposes the law criminalizing possession of the fetishes tagged as extreme pornography. Are you aware that fetishes that are usually practiced are harmless and can help those who participate in expressing them to reach their highest levels of sexual satisfaction? This day is an important one that helps promote this knowledge and acceptance of people. History of International Fetish Day. Fetishes are sexual or non-sexual things, such as objects or parts of the body, that arouse sexual desire and are necessary for one to reach full sexual satisfaction. They involve several seemingly strange and weird acts, including BDSM, sexual practices involving bondage, discipline, sadism, and masochism. The first International Fetish Day was held on the 16th of January, 2009. And in the UK, the day attracted some media coverage due to the forthcoming ban on extreme pornography that came into force the 26th of January, 2009. I was still walking in the 26th of January, 2009. According to reporters' claims, instead of targeting exploitive, abusive, and bullying elements of the pornography industry, the law was aimed at sadomasochism, regardless of the context, which it shouldn't be. One aspect of International Fetish Day is wearing an item of purple clothing by members of the community to show that while they practice fetishism, they also engage in sex that is within the range of normality for a culture or subculture, and typically involves sex that does not include elements of BDSM, kink, or fetishism. What the fuck is the point? The day promotes the exploration of people's sexualities and helps empower those without a voice to be bold and expressive of who they are. The International Fetish Timeline. 1887, word comes into use. Fetishmi, meaning fetishism, is first used as an erotic context by French psychologist Alfred Binet. 1920, theories on sexuality. Sexologist Magnus Hirschfeld proposes his theory of partial attractiveness. First off, how does one become a sexologist in the 1920s? Is that like a major? What are you majoring in? I'm majoring in sexology. I have a theory on partial attractiveness. That's a very bold and brave theory to have in 1920. Okay, and then for 60 years, nothing happens. Then in 1980, Fetishism in Literature. Anne Rice publishes The Claiming of Sleeping Beauty, an erotic trilogy that contained BDSM acts. And in 1983, The Discovery of Involved Fetishes. Fetishes including clothing, footwear, rubber items, leather body parts. Leather, body parts, excuse me. It's very different. not leather body parts. Leather, comma, body parts, comma, and soft materials are discovered and studied. Okay, by who? And that's the end of the timeline. Interesting. What is the most common fetish? Based on the body part, the foot is the most common, especially among men. This is likely because they lead to the leg, which in turn leads to the genitals. So because the foot is connected to the leg and the leg is connected to the genitals, that is why the foot is the most common, especially among men. Although I would say, well, shouldn't that be the same among women, because the foot is connected to the leg, which is also connected to the genitals, but whatever. When is a fetish a mental disorder? Fetish fantasies are common, in many cases harmless. They should only be treated as a disorder when they cause distress or impair a person's ability to function normally in a day-to-day life. So, which is it? And how do you treat fetish disorder? Cognitive behavioral therapy is thought to be helpful in fetishistic disorders. Clients are taught to identify and avoid incidents to fetish behavior and substitute non-fetishistic fantasies into their desires. How to observe International Fetish Day. Organize fetish training classes. Many people who have fetishes are interested in exploring something new. In that regard, could use lessons from a knowledgeable practicing person. Help them volunteer their time and skill to help them gain this knowledge and enjoy the thrills. Watch fetish-themed movies with your partner. What if you don't have a partner? A soft couch, a cool, dark room, and popcorn. God damn it, do they know it's popcorn day? With all these in place, watch a movie that features fetish acts together with your partner and have a great time. And 3, share information about fetishes. Not everyone knows what exactly fetish entails. Some are misinformed and they have no idea what it's all about. It's a good day to provide people with the right knowledge, either via direct physical talks or online platforms, so you know better. There you go. 5 facts about erotic fetishism that will blow your mind. It will blow your mind. 1. Oh my God. I hope this is not what I think it means. It can start early. Yeah, that's what I thought it meant. Fetishism usually becomes evident during puberty and may develop before that. So they are saying to look for fetishism before puberty. 2, it can be quite extreme. Acts include erotic asphyxiation, the use of choking to increase pleasure. Yes, it always comes down to autoerotic self-asphyxiation. 3, it rarely becomes a disorder. Fetishism, to the extent that it becomes a disorder, appears to be rare, with less than 1% of general psychiatric patients presenting fetishism as their primary problem. Or it is more common in males. Most fetishes are visual, and males are thought to be more sexually sensitive to visual stimuli. And 5, it is found in other animals. Possible boot fetishism has been reported in 2 different primates, a common chimpanzee and a guinea baboon, who had become aroused while rubbing against and smelling a boot. A boot. Yes, a boot. Why International Fetish Day is important. The day helps spread awareness. International Fetish Day provides people who know only a little or nothing about fetishes with proper information they need on the subject. This in turn helps them understand what it's all about and respect those who practice or even begin their own fetish journey. It promotes freedom of choice. As long as what you're practicing is consensual and no one is hurt, we believe you should have freedom to do them. The day promotes this very culture and a more equal world. And yet, the very most common form of fetish that's come up is all about fucking pain. It is about hurting. Now, it's consensual, but it's not pleasant. And C, it drives global love and acceptability. With a better understanding of fetishism, people learn to no longer look at those who practice it as weird. Ultimately helps us all better accept and love one another for who we are. There we go. National Fetish Day. Let's get back in the chat, see where we are. The Travelers is Bird 5. Me in my 4th Doctor outfit, the FBI. What's a cosplayer? That's it. Gorilla's Random Thought says Kapla Bird. Kapla Gorilla. The Traveler says, are there any good deer bops? Well, there's 3 deer bops right now, the Traveler. So I haven't checked them. Gorilla says, I've been listening, but the jackass, supervisor, is sitting at the table helping us. Richie Poole says, Dear Bop. JP says, Bird website update time. I thought GeoCities was no longer around. Gorilla says, Bird, you can admit your fetish is midgets. It is not. LDG says, hey guys, welcome LDG. JP says, isn't Gun Appreciation Day every day? It certainly is in some states. Carlo Albanese says, I would love a woman in Klingon cosplay. Not, I'm gonna be honest. I am not a Klingon. I do not like the Klingon ladies. Okay, Lurser, Bator, not really my thing. Grilka, maybe. I would say Grilka was probably the most attractive Klingon female we've ever seen. but even her, it's not my thing. I much prefer, you know, the ears. Savick was my first true alien love. The Kirstie Alley Savick. And to me, to this day, I still would say she is the hottest non-human in all of Star Trek history. Was her on in Star Trek 2, The Wrath of Khan. She corners Kirk in the runabout with her hair down. We didn't know it at the time, but she was supposed to be half Romulan and half Vulcan. So I would say half Romulan, half Vulcan is the sexiest look around. Then there were just, the sexy Vulcans. And of course, then Quark was selling Vulcan Love Slave. I could only imagine where that would go if I had to buy a hollow novel. That would be it. Certainly not a Klingon one. Carlo would love a woman in Klingon cosplay, and you would probably have quite the woman on your hands. Bradley Briggs says, I appreciate my firearms every day I have them. Yes. The Traveler says, my guns need some appreciation. I should clean them. Captain Phantom Nerd says hello to the Traveler. Bradley Briggs says, yes, you should don't want a jam or something in a life-threatening situation. Carlo says he likes existing. And Carlo says, Sunday. Birdo Prey 5 might eat the out-of-date spam. Mom will pray safe for us. Richie Poole says, I wonder if Trump is celebrating Robert E. Lee Day today. Well, it appears a lot of people are celebrating Robert E. Lee Day. But do I honestly think he is celebrating it? No. JP says, yeah, you would open the coffee can and it would hiss. The coffee can held my Legos, says JP's. They were bamboozled. We were bamboozled. Richie Poole says, I drive 30 miles 5 days a week for a cup of coffee and 30 miles to get back home. It looks like cottage cheese. It does look like cottage cheese. Some form of cottage cheese, says Bradley Briggs. Richie Poole says, so Moogie named her son after an earth cheese, apparently. More like cream cheese, says Dandelion Fluff. Welcome, Dandelion. JP says, cheese curds are freaking awesome. Eastland Burkholder says, fake Facebook account tries to get me to sign up for whatever schmizing to be bird. Oh, is that fake account still there, Eastland? I'm sorry. Yeah, don't sign up for it. It is still out there. Hopefully any day now it'll go away. JP says, Boo, low fat content is so hippie food. Carlos says, hey to Mamo Pray. JP says, who's nuts? Richie Poole puts in Mamo Pray avatars. Eastland says, cream cheese, like sour cream, not sour, would be better than quark. These nuts in a can, says the traveler. JP says, peanuts you can get in metal cans. Bradley Briggs says, metal cans sell better because the metal I can bet. Daniel's Hot Topics is in the house. Hey, Bird. Hey, Daniel. JP says, and the wife gets fancy coffee in a can. So I did not know that they still sold coffee in a can. Thank you. Anti-derivative Jill says, hello, listening and driving. Drive safely, Anti-derivative Jill. And congratulations to Anti-derivative Jill. She did her stream today on 600 plus subscribers. Eastland Burkholder says, hey to Mamo Pray. Hakeem says, I used to love that old chock full of nuts commercial. Was that Heavenly Coffee? That's the one. That Heavenly Coffee. JP says, I flush old meds down the shitter so fishies can enjoy it as well. Yeah, they tell us not to flush it. Bradley Briggs is like ranch dressing bottles, make awesome bug traps, and they can get in, but they can't get out. Richie Poole says, which is older, Mamo Praise coffee or the out-of-date spam? Yeah, the out-of-date spam, way older. JP says, which means quark is useless and tasteless. Lowell Bird, Illinois and California hippie land. No such a thing as great. There is no such thing as a great cheese substitute. I have to agree. Hakeem says these quark people sound like vegans. Eastland says, who bombed babies in Vermont? Do I hear it wrong? Got interrupted. Yeah, not Vermont. The traveler says, I hear birds say bomb the baby. No, I said don't bomb babies. Because they were talking about Russia, Ukraine, and Belarus, or wherever the fuck. JP says, consenting. Carlos says, ship porn. JP says, lol, he's just accenting the word sexual. It's hilarious. Eastland Burkholder says, She-Hulk canceled. No second season. They spent $250 million on that series. She-Hulk canceled? Wow. JP says it was all on her ass. The traveler says, so YouTube won't let you talk about guns, but bombing babies and weird sex stuff is okay. Basically, yes. Eastland says maybe he said baby bath bomb, as in small bath salt bomb. The traveler says salty takes baths. I don't think so. Eastland says bet he should read it with an Aussie accent. The traveler said She-Hulk was so good that there's no need for another season. How could you possibly top that season? You see, now that makes sense. They obviously did such a great job in only one season that there's no reason to keep going. That if they keep going, they'll only cheapen the brand. Arlo says a study guide for beginners. The traveler says, yes, sometimes thinking of one word, another word gets typed. Autocorrect does not help with this problem. Hakeem says, just skip the feet and go straight to the genitals. You gotta wonder, right? You gotta wonder why would you start with the feet? If you want to get to the genitals, then start with the legs. You're a lot closer to the genitals. And otherwise be fair, like if you could start with the hand and you're the same distance, probably less. There's probably less of a distance between the hand and the genitals. Certainly, depending on which genitals. At worst, you're the same distance. And I'd say the hands, you have a much nicer stopover on your way. I mean, there's like, okay, so I think we've all probably seen the movie Road Trip. Maybe not all of us, but for those who have, we know that weird guy on the bus trip. Of course, you never get a hot college chick that just happens to get on the fucking Greyhound and, going to some random town all alone and sleeping with her feet out on a bus that this weird guy is just gonna come over and be so into her that he just has to lick her feet and it wakes her up. And he's like, oh, okay, I'm sorry. And he's like, she just wants to like, don't make a big thing of it, lady. Like you had your incredibly sexy feet just dangling in front of my face. What was I supposed to do? So I blah 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 blah. And I had to suck your toes, else I would die. And you don't need to make a fucking giant spiel over it. But she's like, no, I very much do not want a foot massage. He's like, all he was doing was offering. Would you, by perchance, being you're already awake, would you want what would probably be the most incredible foot massage of your entire fucking life? Or no, do you just want to fucking be annoyed and have nothing to do for the next hour while we're all in this fucking dirty, nasty bus waiting to get to fucking Boston, Massachusetts, that you didn't even fucking hear correctly the first time? You're going to go destroy somebody's life in Boston. And you're going to not get a fucking foot massage by a guy who clearly his entire life was built for just that one chance. And you tell him to fuck off. Executive producer Saul Leibowitz says the feet lead to the leg and the leg to the genitals, I must have taken a wrong turn at Albuquerque. Carlos says, although I've been like that all day. Question, shouldn't this be on Bird of 5 Triple X channel? The Traveler says, yes, it should. Carlos says, popcorn and porn. JP says, prudes. More like porn corn. The Traveler says, popcorn, beer, and porn. The Traveler says, yeah, I almost don't want to listen to this. Move along. Yes, Mama.
Just for the record,
Uh-huh.
I am 72 years old.
Uh-huh.
I never needed to know about fetishes in all my life. And I don't need to be educated on them because it's something I have absolutely no interest in or ever had.
The internet says otherwise.
I know what it says. You know what? It's been wrong before.
Mm-hmm.
With that, I'm going to the door to see.
Gotcha. JP's is lolling at the stinky feet fetish from monkeys. Hakeem says, are furries fetish or a lifestyle? Probably both. The Travis says, a baboon really liked a boot. A boot. It did. The baboon liked a boot. Captain Infinity, Kapla, Captain Infinity. JP says, what are you talking about, Bird? Pain is pleasure. Carlo Albanese says, maybe you should not talk to the FBI. Carlo Albanese says, remember, pegging lets her know you love her. The Traveler says, I bet Bird is going to skip a lot of chat. Melted Copper says, fetish and popcorn does it better. JP says, Billy, have you ever been buggered at sea? DJ Play Nice is swinging through to say hey and bump the algorithm. Have fun with the show. Bird, you rock. Thank you, DJ Play Nice. Melted Copper says, I like midget as it makes me look bigger. Love is all Goldilocks and 3 bears. Got to find the one that is just right. Well, hopefully it's not the baby bear. DJ Play, everybody was thinking it. I just said it. Don't blame me. DJ Play Nice says, all y'all be safe, have fun, and take care of you, crew and rock. Thank you again, DJ Play Nice. Carlos couldn't do the elf ears thing. I could. I could get used. I could get used to pointed ears. Carlos says, however, the spots I can count all the way down. Okay. Fair enough. Dax. What's hotter? The pointed ears or the Dax's spots? Why not both? Why not both? Balana Torres was the hottest Klingon, says Hakeem. Well, Balana, to be fair, is half Klingon. So I don't know. And I'll be honest, she's still not the hottest. Runabout must be slang for turbo lips, says Richie. JP's is a Klingon woman would best the shit out of a human. Melted Copper says, I appreciate my firearms, but after it takes off my arm hair, it hurts. I gotta pull it out. Bradley Briggs says, your firing arms, that'll be why your arm hair gets caught on fire if you're left-handed. Carlo Albanese says, hairy toes, toe jams, there's JP's. Bradley Briggs says, bird reacting. And this is funny. Melted Copper says, yeah, I would feel bad dating a toe sucker, but I would entirely laugh and kick you in the face. Richie Poole says, Road Trip sounds like a weird movie. Road Trip is a great movie, Richie. There's just some weird parts. Carla Albanese says, is spending half an hour playing with her belly button a fetish, or will she realize, I don't know, I wasn't low enough to... I guess it depends where things end. Melted Copper says, Jesus, my iron toenails would do more damage to the top of your mouth than Captain Crunch. Bradley Briggs is laughing at Carlo. JP's is laughing. Carlo is hugging Mama Prey. JP's is laughing. Bradley Briggs is laughing. The Travelers is DJ Play Nice related to Deej? No, they're different. Different DJ. Melted Copper is rolling on the floor. God, why the baby? Bear, that's horrible. And JP says, oh my God, bird. Lol. So bad it hurts now. Stop. Well, I guess we'll do a quick look at some news. I don't even know. Does Google still do news? Apparently. Alec Baldwin indicted on involuntary manslaughter charge. Oof. Well, I wonder how he's going to get out of that. 2 weeks of winter storms kill dozens, cause chaos. That's terrible. Britain blows up drones with 140 million laser dub Dragonfire, an incredible first, with each shot costing let's see. With each shoot costing just a tenner. Futuristic laser can destroy a target from miles out with pinpoint accuracy. The formidable prototype weapon, dubbed Dragonfire, was fired at remote range in Scotland, with each shot costing just 10 pounds. Okay, but they didn't. It was just a prototype. Your topics, anything, come on, something. Star Trek related, anything? Sassy is going crazy because there was noise outside.
There isn't a soul out
A groundbreaking study shows kids learn better on paper, not screens. Now what? Oh, shit. Huh. That's a good question. We all knew it was true. Your privacy, I don't care. Groundbreaking study shows kids learned better on paper. For deeper reading among children aged 10 to 15, paper trumps screens. What does that mean when schools are going digital? Well, I guess it means that people are not going to be getting the best education. They're going to be getting an education. Just because paper was the best doesn't mean we're going to stay with the best. Oh, well. I guess it's easy enough. Never mind. Okay. I guess it is time to get to the Dear Bops. We have 3 Dear Bops today. Bradley Briggs is lasers and magnetically throw pieces of metal, the future of firearms. Okay. Dear Bop, for months now, I have been having trouble with people not using the pronouns I have picked. Like it's not far. My first pronoun is Nick. Well, there's your problem. Nick is not a pronoun. Nick is a name. And my secondary is her. Well, here's your other problem, Nick, is that you picked a man's name and a woman's secondary. So you should decide. If it's Nick, then I guess it's he or him. I don't know. Not her. If you had like, I don't know, what's a female? It's a female Nick. Hmm? Nicola? Nicola? So my pronouns are Nick/her. It's not that hard. It's stupid, but it's not hard. I will grant you that. Oh, I see. Yeah, it's stupid. Good luck with that. Dear Bot, tell us about your coldest night. Your coldest night. I'll be honest, I don't know. I imagine it would probably have been up in the Adirondacks, upstate in Greater Caroga. Certainly would he would wake up, go out, see the snow that would often be higher than the porch. And we'd go out and we would look at the outdoor thermometer we had attached to the front porch of the house outside the side door. And oh man, we would have some very cold mornings up there and cold nights, but inside the house we would have plenty of heat. We had electric baseboard heat in all the rooms, and we had a huge fireplace that was be constantly burning. Used to take 2 days to heat up. And then, I mean, if we were there for just a weekend, it was almost not worth even turning on, but we still would do it. But if we were there for more than a couple of days, then the fireplace would really warm up the house. So inside was beautiful, but outside, oh my God, so cold, and we'd often go out to dinner and then come back, and it would be, we'd walk through it would be so dark, you have to get up the porch, and then we'd be in the house for the night, and we'd be playing a game or watching TV or watching a movie or cooking. I don't know. Probably playing some games, and it would get to be nighttime. I mean, it was pitch black out already, but it would be time to go to sleep. But you don't want to go to sleep, and you want to go out and you want to look up at the stars because it was so cold and so clear at night. And oh my God, it was just so fucking cold. Look up at the stars. If you look at the clock, at the thermostat, not thermostat, at the temperature gauge, and it would be in the 20s or the 10s, or literally in the 0 to 10 Fahrenheit range. Wind, it was. Mama Bray remembers going out to breakfast. It was negative 23. Negative 23 Fahrenheit in the morning for breakfast. That, I mean, I don't remember that. I wasn't born yet. Okay. That would have been, wow. Especially since that was before the house was redone. So that would have been a very cold one. Yeah. Yeah. I gotta say, when you think about how different life is these days, that knocking wood, we mostly have, aside from the worst days, we mostly have heat, and we don't worry about things like we used to. I mean, for the vast majority of human civilization, people were afraid that bad winter comes, you might not survive. I mean, true, bad winter comes, we might not survive for whatever the reasons, but the reality is very few of us truly worry about freezing to death anymore. Maybe we should, but we don't. Dear Bob, I heartily approve of International Fetish Day. What I do with 2 female iguanas and a cattle prod is nobody else's business. You know what? You're right. I'm not going to fight you. Dear Bob, being this version of me has been the hardest thing I have ever had to do. In a world where you're told you can be or do anything if you just put your mind to it is such an understatement. Sometimes, like today, it feels like an impossible task, and I wonder sometimes if I will ever accomplish finally being me, as I am too busy being the person I have to be. This sounds like a certain person we all know, but I suspect it's purposely written as such. I would say, like Zephyrin Cochrane, don't try to be a great man. Just try to be a man and let history judge. I don't think that's exactly what he said. But I think it's a better way of putting it. Hakeem says, I get the joke that dad jokes are better. Yes, I believe so. The dad jokes were better than the Nick and Nick / her jokes. Pronoun, than the pronoun jokes. JP says fireplaces are awesome and smell. Oh God, that smell. They do. The Traveler says, what do they smell like, JP? They smell like wood. JP says, wow, you had TV movies. They're fancy. Says, it depends what you're burning. You're burning wood. And JP says, burning wood, spruce, maple, oak, cherry. Hell, just burning pine. Burning pine is more than enough. The Traveler says, as someone who can't smell much, this concept is unknown to me. JP says, I couldn't fathom the concept because good food involves smell as well. And LDG says, lol, that's me, I'll own it. And he says, no, that's me, I'll own it. So it is you. So yes. I figured as much. Really? You thought it was anybody but LDG? No, LDG has this thing where he is everybody. That he's everybody's version. JP says, yeah, it looks like a man. The traveler says they smell like wood, so green and brown. I don't know how, if you've never smelled like what a pine, like what a pine forest smells like, then it's very hard to explain. You know, it's impossible to discuss the situation without a common frame of reference. JP says pine smells too much. Pine makes too much of a mess of the chimney. Well, when you only do a fireplace for a week out of the year, you don't worry about what type of wood you're burning. Melded Copper says, I can't smell very good, but everyone I meet seems to think I can smell a lot. They think you can smell a lot, or they think you smell a lot. I don't know. Having only met you on the computer over a camera, I'm unsure which is what. Mama Pray is saying the house across the street from us has their fireplace going. I'll be honest, no, yeah. In the early days, before I became sick and bedbound, I was 100% for fireplaces in New York City. Then, when I heard they were going to stop allowing new fireplaces to be put into new homes, I was pissed off. I was angry. I was like, that's bullshit. But now that I am bedbound and I can't get out, I can't move, and I can't walk away, now I'm starting to think even the fireplaces that still exist are too much. It's not fair to me. But I'm never going to vote to force somebody not to use a fireplace they already have. But I will say, I guess I'll take the win in that they haven't been able to add any new ones for quite a while. Carlo Albanese says nothing smells better than the smell of victory. And Melted Copper is right. In a world of everyone is a minority, we need to band together and push for legislation, real life, that should just be joked. Indeed. Anyway, guys, I think we will call it a stream. So thank you all for hanging out. And yeah, we'll be back next week. And hope to see you then. Have a wonderful rest of the night. I know there will be quite a few people streaming tonight. I will see you out there. Head on over to the underground at freethenet.org/underground, and you can figure out what's going on for the rest of tonight. Kapla all. Farewell, Mike Richards. Take care, The Traveler. Bradley Briggs. Have a good one. LDG. Melted Copper. Kapla all. Bird. Out.